And hello, all of my fellow nerds out there. This is Orko Richie, and welcome to Lightkeeper. A game that was made for Spooktober Visual Novel Jam 2023. Now, I never really played. I've heard of this game. I've seen it go around Itch.io. I've never really played it. Um, I was actually going to continue the child today, but I feel like that game might be a two-parter anyways, and I could probably finish it whenever I want. So, I wanted to play something a little more. I don't know, something that had a longer story maybe. But I also wanted to. I originally also wanted to play Sarah is Missing, but apparently there was a top comment there that said do not download it. Apparently, one of the parts of the game takes you to a site that is full of hackers and scammers. So yeah, I think it's probably best if I just play something that is an actual game. So so let's go ahead and play it. Let's wake up. Please select the difficulty for this game. But you can change the difficulty anytime by clicking the chain button in the right side. Um, I kind of want to go through a story mode. Like I feel like this is kind of the Outlast trope. Like, this is what Outlast did. Like, it has a few hard difficulties, and then Outlast 2 has story mode where you're just there for the ride, but you can still die for some reason or another. Um, I'm just gonna go with story mode, I guess, because I kind of want to see what happens. Like, I don't know if it's gonna be one of those games that kicks you out. It's like, oh, you gotta play in a better difficulty. Hopefully not. Story mode selected. Last thing I remember feeling was a cold, clawed hand gripping a hold of my face. Seeing something move out of the shadows, just barely out of my peripheral vision. It was that. Then my vision was shrouded in darkness. Darkness is rare in the kingdom of Lumien. However, I'm not in Lumien anymore, am I? The kingdom of light never had a heavy human air like the atmosphere of wherever I am. The castle never felt this cold. You arose from your bed in your cell, pondering your new predicament. Something tight was clasped around your throat. You could feel it tugging you back the moment you tried to stand up. A chain? No way! Was I taken? Imprisoned? The metal around your neck was firm, but your eyes trailed down the chain as it was attached to. Tracks in the wall indicated that wherever you were, it was quite old. This could be to your benefit if your suspicions were correct. As a princess, of course, you were trained exactly what to do in a situation like this when this happened. Stay put and wait to be rescued, for help will always find you. Can't just stay put. There has to be something I can do, other than just sit here helplessly. You gather your strength, trying to conjure a bit of light to get a better view of your surroundings. Nothing. Huh? You felt weak, disheartened. Magic you had feels limited now. A dizzying, numbing sensation coursed through your mind, spreading to your fingertips. Whatever you did, it seemed you would have to make do without magic for now. Focusing on it made you feel more feeble. Perhaps wearing out the chain link first would be the best course of action. You want to break the chain? Okay, wait. I'm gonna not break the chain. No, trying to break free might only anger my captor. I don't want to do that. Who knows what might happen if I do? You raised your grip on the chain, sighing as you turned your head to observe your surroundings once more. You couldn't even move much, but the room was small enough that you could look at a few things nearby. I suppose I might as well look around the room while I wait to find out my fate. You gained a trait, obedient. Oh, wait, 4. What's the 4 for? What is the 4 here for? More things that are barely out of your reach. I never felt so restricted before. Helpless, weak. Your worries only increase the longer you think about your predicament. I heard a beep beep. What do I do? Do I just click things? Looking upwards, you see a painting of a dark figure above your bed. A fabric draped over the face, yet you still recognize the woman in the painting. After all, you've heard countless stories about her. Her scars were deep enough to show the most tainted magic hiding beneath her scaly exterior. An aura of intimidation strikes through your heart vigorously. Kin of Dragon, Reaper of Enlightened Souls, the Lightkeeper. She's been causing problems all throughout Lumien, since as long as you can remember. She must have taken me. But why? Is it for power over my kingdom, or... I found a book on the windowsill, but it's just out of your reach. You can't tell what it's about from the spot you're stuck in. But you woke up from suddenly... You have no recollection of how you got there, nor how long you've been here. However, one thing is certain, as long as you remain in this room, there wasn't much you could do to pass the time. You thought more on how comfortable the bed was given the situation. It was tempting you like cheese in a mousetrap. You could indulge, or you could reconsider the possibility of breaking through the chains. They didn't look very strong. What what's co- worst comes to worst, you could always say it broke on its own. Hmm. Um. I guess we could probably take a nap while we wait. I don't know. I mean, there's really nothing else we can do, right? You can give in resting your head against the pillow once more. If you close your eyes, your mind swirled in confusion, trying to wrap your head around the situation. Where were you? What would your fate be in this cell? Would you rot alone here for the rest of your days? You didn't know. You were putting a lot of faith in your character being merciful, yet your gut told you it was the right thing to do. The chain around your neck made it difficult to truly relax, but you managed to fall asleep all the same. A creaking noise filled the room, startling you awake. It was still dark outside. You presumed it was still very late in the night. Your eyes scanned the room, but it didn't take long before you noticed a figure peering through the open doorway. She stared down at you silently, watching, waiting. You recognized her attire being the same as the woman in the painting. Yeah, it's the Lightkeeper, I think. Although she was much more intimidating up close and personal. She took one step forward towards your bedside, then another. Her movements were slow, calculating, as if she were analyzing each one of your shaky breaths. Soon as she was hovering over you, you noticed her hand twitching. It was something that reminded you she was a living creature, and not a menacing statue or figure made up to scare children at night. Oh. Okay, first of all, I really love her design. She looks so cool. Dude, like, you all probably know out there, green is my favorite color. Green and black in combination is just, it's so good! You're shaking. Huh? Why have you taken me? You're twitching. You're twitching, what's the difference? um... you're twitching. The mysterious woman strained her posture, moving her arms back behind her back. She was hiding something. She stayed silent for a minute, staring you down with her masked gaze. I've been waiting for this moment for a long time, that's all. You start to sit up, however, your movements freeze when you see the tall woman outstretched her arms in a commanding way. Stay down. She spoke in an authoritative tone, flexing their fingertips with the sharpest nails you've seen. It was reminiscent of a predator baring its claws. You hesitate for a moment before slowly lowering yourself back down onto the bed. Good girl. She inched towards you, her hands less tense, but an authoritative aura still lingered thick in the air around her. Do as I say, and I will ensure no harm comes to you. Her hand gripped the chain hanging from your neck, pulling your face closer to hers. Understood? Um... I guess. I mean, we're kind of in a powerless state. We had nothing to defend ourselves with. You nod, staring right up at her with a nervous expression. Yes, understood. Very good. Such a sweet, frightened little thing. You've been so compliant so far. Don't worry, nothing will ever so much as harm a hair on that pretty little head of yours. A familiar cold hand gently grabbed a hold of your face. Ending obedient? Oh, wait, is this like you go through it once and, you go through it once? Okay. I think I understand. Let's go with normal for now then. Let's. All right. Yeah, this is the same as before. Okay, this time let's just try to break the chain. Press the right keys before time runs out. Okay. Bam! There we go. Good. As the link of as the link of chains breaks, you still find the shackle around your neck to be completely unmovable. At the very least, you can now walk around the room where you were shut inside of. All right. Potted plant serves as one of the few decorations in the room. Admittedly, this cell was nicer compared to those found in most dungeons. It was rare to see one held captive in a room with plants, paintings, and a view of the sea. A journal of some sorts laid on the edge of the window. Looking at it, you noticed it had writings about the upkeep of the place you were locked inside of. Why is this here? Does this room belong to the keeper of the lighthouse? We're in a lighthouse? Bruh. You scanned through the notebook for anything that could prove useful to you. Attempt number 13, Magical Security System. Repairs to an old magical generator have been proven successful. We managed to power one of them using crystals we collected from the depths of Lumien's sacred mines. My servants had implemented an emergency security override successfully last night. Got freaking hair in my headphones. Testing these crystals, I ordered them to hide them for the time being among the lighthouse. Maybe further, hearing details describing what the security override could do. It seemed that you would be able to strengthen security or completely disable it if you collect 3 of those crystals and hook them up to the generator. Interesting, I hope my best chance of survival would be to track down these crystals to gain access to security. But where could they be? See a painting of a dark figure. Kin of Dragon, Reaper of Souls. Yep, we know about this. She must have taken me, but why? I certainly have no recollection of how I got here. The candlelight flickers being one of the only senses of warmth and light. Seeing as you're powerless, keeping a light source close by would prove useful. Yes, take it. Clutching the candle holder tightly, you feel the slimmest sense of comfort being able to see more than your surroundings. You got a candlestick. You can smell the scent of the saltwater scent in the sea from your bed. That scent only got stronger the second you walked towards the only window in the room. Endless dark sea greets you. Light appears to be circling around the building, parting through the thick fog every few moments. Looking down, you realize your prison must be towards the top of the tall tower. A lighthouse, most likely. There are sharp, jagged rocks decorating the base of the lighthouse below. They almost look like a natural defense mechanism to keep anything unwanted out. How did I even get here? Do you have 90 minutes? Did I really stay asleep through a trip by the sea? You jiggle the handle of the door. Fully expecting it to be locked, you found yourself pleasantly surprised to hear a click. The rusted door creaked so loudly it made the rest of the room feel deafeningly silent by comparison. After a few moments of the quiet lingering, you feel safe to move past your enclosure. Do you want to leave the room? We're not going to get answers unless we leave the room, so yes. Sounds was replaced by sounds of the unsteady steps tapping against the cold ground. Upon walking to the room, you felt a chill run down your spine. Rather, crawl down your spine. The tingling sensation felt like something small had gotten into your clothes, exploring your skin in ways most discomforting. The tiny legs creeped their way down your torso and towards your ankles. An unbearable itch spread across your legs as the crawling continued. The longer it went on, the more you felt like there was check for your leg for bugs. Swat your legs just in case. Try to ignore. I figure we should try to ignore it. I mean, the most thing about an itch is that if you scratch it, it'll just itch later. Oh wait, I just noticed the number in the bottom right corner. It just went down to 2. Wait, is there like a turn limit or something? Uh, check your leg for bugs, I guess. Grabbing at the hem of your nightgown, you were expecting to see a sea of beady-eyed microscopic limbs decorate your ankles. You actually pulled up to take a look. Nothing. Not a single ant, spider, or centipede. Nothing was present on your legs to give a clue as to what you were feeling moments before. You see an array of pinned bugs in display cases decorated the walls. You feel pity for these beautiful creatures. At least their beauty would not go to waste even in death. For a moment you ponder on how it would feel if your dead body was used as a decoration. I'd be horrified! How terrifying to have yourself tampered with in such a way that you become a display piece. Those poor creatures. Looking at the droids, you found an array of tools that looked like they were made for vivisections, as well as various food meant for insects and other animals. Nothing that seemed useful to you. What about this one? Okay, it's the same. You approach the closet door with caution. There's a small note above it, though it was written in a draconic language you weren't well versed in. Just by the way handwriting is scratched on, you surmised it was an important note. A warning. Hand grips the cold knob at the closet door, taking extra care to make minimal noise when turning it. You still weren't sure what could be lurking among the lighthouse after all. Slowly, carefully, your eyes were overwhelmed with the sight of 20 or so different kinds of bugs, all of them swarming and crawling, hopping around different parts of the closet. You felt empty, save for the insane amount of webs, nests, and hives decorating each corner of the enclosure. Something sparked amongst the chaos of the closet. Underneath the array of centipedes and ants, a silver key rested on a shelf. I look like an insane person? I'm not risking myself for that. You paused, unsure if it would be worth it to fish it away from the sea of insects before you. No. Why do it have to be insects, man? Why do it have to be insects? Why? Why bugs? Um. Okay, well, I guess I could try to take the key, but if I die from this, I swear. Taking a deep breath, you maneuvered your hand to the mess of the closet before you. You had you had a feeling the bugs weren't inherently harmless. It would be best to take caution and try to pry the key out without angering them. Press the key before time runs out. Okay. Got it. Got it. After successfully grabbing the key, you tried to guide any lingering bugs off of it. The silver key on the silver on the key looked rusted, as if it hadn't been touched in a long, long time. Got a silver key. Wait, I can go down or up? Let's go down. First thing you noticed upon properly entering the room was a cold atmosphere cleaning your skin. Wait, -1? Why does it say -1? Darkness surrounding the room wasn't intense and terrifying like you feared, but oh, wait, or is that the floor number? Oh, that makes far more sense. The darkness surrounding the room wasn't intense and terrifying like you feared, but rather relaxing instead. A bright glow emanated from the tank. A crystal floated in the water, practically beckoning you closer. The crystal felt more alluring than anything else you had seen in the lighthouse so far. How am I supposed to get that out? There's a hammer. A weapon with great power lay before you. Its aura was intense, making you feel the weight of it before you even picked it up. Cool metal stung against your skin. You had a feeling this sort of weapon didn't take too kindly to strangers. I'm ever so sorry, but I may need your help. Forgive me. You got a hammer. Oh. Am I gonna break the glass? Oh, here we go. Finally, I was trying to figure out how to save earlier. Okay. I feel like I could probably use the hammer for something else. What's up here? Okay, up here is just my room. And down here... For a brief moment, you contemplated the consequences if you smashed the glass with a hammer. No. Not only would that kill off all the fish inside, it could cause a catastrophic flood. Not to mention, it would definitely be enough chaos to draw suspicion. I'd be found out and locked away immediately. I'm certain of it. We're looking again towards the glass. We can... It's the only way we're gonna get that, but... I don't know, I kind of feel like there's a smarter way to do this. There has to be a smarter way to do this kind of thing. I hear something. I heard something. The chandelier gently sways overhead, emanating a dim light around the room. You admire the aesthetics silently. Okay, status. Elizabeth. Elizabeth, that's my name. Okay. Item. Traits. Okay. I don't have any traits so far. Wait. Wait, this thing looks like the thing downstairs. The glass case glints in the dim lighting. It feels perfect and serene. A shame you have to bash it to smithereens. Just in case this screws me over. Bash it. The glass shatters upon impact with countless shards decorating the floor beneath you. With careful hands, you pry the crystal out of the casing. There we go. I'm terribly sorry, but there wasn't any time for another solution. You got a crystal. I hate that sound. Magic Crystal 1. It'll be cool if I can get item descriptions. It's better to have descriptions than none. Like, you know? Alright, saved it another one. Let's go downstairs. Moving on to the next one, you pause your tracks. Two voices can be heard nearby, arguing. You pause your steps, hiding behind the door that was slightly creaked open to observe the situation. What do you mean she's missing? You hear an imposing voice dominate the room, speaking to a dark folk creature with a horned skull. The chain has been severed, my lady. The door was unlocked. I regret to inform you that the princess is missing. You peered into the doorway, seeing a 7-foot-tall dragon-like being talking to her servant with a demanding, intimidating tone. Her scars swirled with an uncanny power. The sight alone caused your breath to hitch. She hissed, looking right at the servants with a disapproving expression. You mean to tell me that you neglected my orders to ensure the prison was of quality? The lightkeeper swiftly grabbed a hold of the dark folk's chin, forcing their gaze to focus on her. My lady, please forgive my errors. You idiot! You saw the servant shrink down, despite still towering over her easily. This plan will only work if she's alive. You better find her fast. This is your last chance of redemption. If you continue to be so utterly incompetent. The dragon leaned forward slowly, taking her time as she forcefully let go of the servant's face in a way that pushed them backwards. Your eyes widened as you saw this being's face contort and morph. Her skin near her mouth widened and pulled apart as if it was some sort of slime or putty. Ugh. It's creepy. Her hands flexed, bearing claws like nails that you could have sworn weren't there moments before. Scales grew and covered her body as if it were nothing. The static sounds of her bones rearranging to fill up a larger space sent shivers down your spine. I'll find her myself and make an example out of your pathetic excuse for servitude. Your gaze shifted to the poor servant, nodding frantically. The tension in the air grew thick as the lightkeeper's form slowly turned back to normal, back to what it was moments before. She hissed, looking away from the pathetic thing in front of her. Get out of my sight. I have no time for this. She said authoritatively, and just like that, you saw the dark figure dart out of the room. The lightkeeper lingered for a few moments, staring into a large tank that took up a majority of the room, filled up to the very top with water. Different types of aquatic plants coated the floor with underwater tank, gently flowing in motion with the calm water. She couldn't have gone far, not while her magic is still blocked. She let out a discontented noise before stomping out of the room. You entered yourself after a few moments of silence. Okay. But what do we do now? I mean, I have a hammer. I don't have any traits yet. I mean, there's nothing else to do. We might as well break the glass, right? Okay, let's go back up. Oh dear, there's broken glass everywhere. Someone could get terribly hurt if they stepped on glass shards. Perhaps I should clean this mess? Might as well clean them up, yeah. Worry filled your eyes as you got to work. Use the ends of your nightgown to carefully pick up the broken glass shards and collecting them bit by bit until no mess was left. Your eyes scanned the room for somewhere to dispose of them, eventually spotting a wastebasket of sorts. It was empty. Empty as the soul of a hero. Cautiously, you dumped the glass shards into the container, leaving the room as clean as you could despite the circumstances. Laying out a sigh of relief, you looked on proudly at your work. Now no one will get hurt, at least. You get a trait, kind-hearted. Ooh, wait. Items, traits, kind-hearted. Can we please just get descriptors? I would really love descriptors for items at least. A little bit of flavor text never hurt. Okay. I'm not sure how much this changes anything. I mean, it's the only way I'm gonna be able to get the crystal, right? There's really nothing else I can do. Has to be another way in. Okay. Feel knows how to go in the closet again. What do I do? So we're shaking off the idea for good. You know, there's supposed to be another way out, or in this case, another way in. What am I supposed to do? Okay, so I went ahead and went to the game's itch.io page. There is a comment here telling me how to get all the endings. It's not showing any of the endings, by the way. I'm not looking at any endings. I just want to look at how to get them. Apparently, each trait you get signifies the ending that you're on the path to, and I was on the kind-hearted path, and I kind of messed that up somehow. So what I actually have to do is go to the don't break the glass in the aquarium room, clean up the glass shards in the insect room after breaking the case, and then head back down to the aquarium. So so we just clean this up. Yep, did all this. Kind-hearted. And now we go back down. Okay, yep. This is the same dialogue. Hate it. Okay, yep, this is the same dialogue. Example, out of you for excuse servitude. Frantically. Oh! Intervene and save the servant. Ooh, okay, let's just see what happens. I want to see what happens. This is going to be interesting. Wait, stop! You called out in pure impulse, immediately running in between the poor dark folk being and the Lightkeeper. The latter of the two looked taken aback, despite not seeing her eyes. You, you could tell by the way her jaw dropped subtly that she was shocked from this development. I'm the one you want, right? Please, don't hurt anyone. You plead, looking up at the towering woman before you. You relaxed ever so slightly as the Lightkeeper's form slowly turned back to what it was moments before, even if the sounds of her cracking bones was still rather unpleasant. She had silently stood over you, her expression unchanged. The tension in the air was deadly thick. You, go, she commanded, looking over the servant as you had just saved. The dark folk looked over at you, then the Lightkeeper, before scurrying out of the room. You looked up at your captor with a nervous expression, wondering what she was plotting next. She looked down at you in turn, leaning forward in order to meet your gaze in a more leveled manner. How did you escape? The chains were worn. I noticed one that looked frail and worked away at it until it broke. My sincerest apologies. A silence fell between the two of you. You turned yourself in. Why? You were going to hurt your servant. You'd throw away your freedom for the sake of a creature you know nothing of? I'd hate to be the reason behind unnecessary violence. I'd had my fair share of that already. You wanted to back up, but but the taller woman only pulled your chain closer to her. She stared into your eyes for what felt like an eternity before slowly letting go, standing upright. Her hand outstretched itself to you, making a gesture as if she wanted you to put yours on top of it. You complied, hesitating ever so slightly. Well, if you comply with my wishes, then I'll do my best to comply with yours as well. I think this feels like an Undertale thing. She sandwiched your hand between hers. You couldn't help but notice her wings stretching themselves around you in almost protective fashion. For a second, you wondered if somehow your act of kindness had charmed your captor. She was so menacing moments before, but this wasn't anything like you had expected. Come now, I won't be letting you out of my sight. Not after that stunt you pulled. She guided you out of the room, your hands in hers, her wings gently pushing you forward. You were utterly confused, yet you went along with it. If being kind made the Lightkeeper kind to you in turn, then what harm could come from that? Ending, kill them with kindness. Ah, I see. Alright, so this is a multi-ending one. I like this. Alright, so we got obedient and kind-hearted. Okay, next one I want to do is misguided. Okay, so from what I can read, for the misguided ending, break the glass in the aquarium room with the hammer, then break something else when given the chance. For a brief moment, you contemplated on the consequences. Do it! No, I'm not going to do it. You protested, trying to shake off the intense urge to break the glass. Do it! Look down the hammer, then back up at the tank. The gem glistened in the water, reflecting beautiful light throughout the room. You pondered the consequences once more. Breaking the glass would cause the room to flood. Yes, I know. Do it! The intense instinct shot through your body like an arrow to the chest. Wait, what were you doing, you wondered? You realized your life was on the line, and you felt vindicated under the assumption that your life was worth more than a few fish you were going to outlive, regardless. You realize there is no guarantee they die if the room flooded regardless. There will be water on the floor. A loud shatter echoed through the room and consequently followed the intense rupture of water flowing out of the tank. Another crash hit the glass. Another. Water spouted out rapidly, soaking your feet and the hem of your dress. You saw a glimmering light in the crystal fall through the hole in the glass, but you managed to catch it before it collided with the floor. My apologies, I'm afraid dire times require dire actions. The room served no further use to you. You turned to your heel and escaped the flaming room. You got a crystal. You gained a trait, misguided. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna save here because I know this is where the second crystal is. So now let's go down. To your surprise, this door didn't lead to the aquarium anymore. Was this another safety feature of the lighthouse? Regardless, you stepped through the door, anything to keep moving forward. You attempted to get your idea of your surroundings, but the only thing you could take note was the floor being made of wood due to the sound of the floorboards with every step. You pause a moment, reaching your hands out to try to feel any furniture that might be around. Creak? The floorboards cried out. The only problem? You didn't make a step because of the noise this time. You held up the candle, which barely lit the dark room around you. There didn't appear to be much to this room at first glance. However, upon a further inspection, you noticed a hatch door on the floor. Just what could this lead to? Inside of you find some those unusual items drawers, a variety of old books and of varying subjects. The most common theme among them seems to be the importance of their kingdoms. You eventually find one pertaining to the history of religion and folklore among the kingdom of Lumien. You notice a specific page bookmarked. Well, we're going with the misguided ending right now, so put it back. You try to go to handle the closet, but it doesn't budge. Must be stuck. Listen closely, you feel like you can hear laughter from the other side. Oh? Laughter? Okay, let's go down the hatch. The door appears to be sturdier than the rest of the floor. Not that the distinction mattered too much. See none but destruction you wrought on the floor below. Oh. Wait. Wait. Okay, well, might as well take the other one too. Huh? It looks like another room behind the closet. A hidden room, how curious. Oh! Oh! Okay, that makes sense. Whoa. Oh! I didn't notice the down arrow, I'm dumb. Walking into yet another eerie room, you couldn't shake the feeling you were being watched. You cautiously walked further into the room, looking back and forth for any sign of intelligent life. Nothing. Child of light, you've strayed far from your land. Has the darkness become your salvation? An eerie voice whispered right into your ear, as if it were hovering behind you. Startled, you turn around, but met with nothing once more. Am I going mad? I must be. No, no, you're perfectly sane, little firefly. You guys hearing the voice now whispering directly to your other ear. Unsurprisingly, nothing was to your other side. You looked around with a sense of cautious confusion as the voice spoke out to you once more. Pray tell, what happens when the extension of such power as yourself strays far from the source it came from? Uh, who's there? Come closer into the light. I want to see you. Leaving you more confused than ever, the whisper ceased speaking. Finding yourself strangely drawn to the mirror in the middle of the room. Taking cautious steps after another, you heard the familiar whisper once more. Good. Now I can see you better. The voice rang out in your ears, but you were now able to identify the source. The mirror was speaking to you. It must somehow be enchanted. Importantly, however, you noticed it contained one of the very same crystals you needed for the security system. One face could tell many tales, little firefly. You're interested in my protective crystal, are you not? Yes, admittedly. A reflection tells the story of your past, present, and undecided future. You heard a low, almost eerie chuckle escape from the enchanted object. Tell you what, indulge me. Let me see your story. Let me peer into your very soul, and perhaps I'll give you my crystal in return. Peer into my soul? I'll just be looking at you very, very closely. Just comply, and the crystal will be all yours. What do you say? Uh, you need to think about it. Suit yourself. I'll be here when you change your mind. Okay, okay, fine. Alright. Wonderful. Now where to begin? The mirror tisked and tutted to itself, leaving you to stand there awkwardly in front of it while it thought to itself on what information it wanted to know. You actually managed to get a better look at your reflection here. Your nightgown had certainly seen better days after everything you had been through. Your eyes trailed upwards looking at your face and then... Huh? You made a confused noise came closer to the mirror to look at yourself. Is something the matter, princess? Your hand gently traced the bows of your hair, fixing them up ever so slightly better on your head. I don't remember putting these bows in my hair before bed. I haven't worn anything like this in a long time. Long time. I'm not even sure if these bows are mine. Where did they come from? Ah, is that so? If you like, Princess, I could search your memories for an answer. Perhaps the information you seek is out of reach of your mind in your weakened condition. In fact, this might be a perfect place to start understanding your story better. The bows are a good place to start. The mirror spoke, not bothering to wait for your consent to search your mind. Crystal above glowed and made a low hum as you saw the contents in the mirror change and distort. You become lightheaded and slightly dazed, but you manage to keep a steady footing on the ground beneath you. You saw flashes of your time in the lighthouse appear before you, bit by bit, like watching your life rewind at rapid speed. The only difference is it appeared to not be from your perspective. What a strange thing to look at yourself from a viewpoint outside of your eyes. You saw yourself waking up, the bows indeed tied neatly in your hair. Just a little further back and... Wait, You started to protest until a wave of dizziness overcame you once more. It would, it would be wise to not interrupt me while this is happening, Princess. While I am connected to you, your reflection is connected to me. This my process would be rather unpleasant. The mirror was digging up memories of your life prior to the lighthouse. The further back it went, the more uneasy you felt. Uh, try to stop it. You fought against the mirror's influence. You didn't trust any of this, not one bit, and your survival instincts were taking over. You clutched your mind during... Where's the head? I am losing my voice today. You clutch your mind and during the worst headache you've ever experienced as a humming noise reverberates inside your brain. Press the right keys before time runs out. Okay. Oh, wait, what? Come on! Okay, hold up, that was not even fair. Okay, let's just try to calm ourselves then. You focus your energy into maintaining your composure. Looking over the mirror frame, you watch time move backwards silently. Those boats don't appear to be anywhere here. Mirror said, although to you it felt obvious this mirror had a different goal in mind than finding your bows. Suddenly, rapid movements of your past came into a halt. The mirror was replaying your memories to you. It connected to your mind and made you relive the moment, experience the same feelings, smell the same smells, and feel the world around you that were once so familiar with. You felt the scorching sun against your face. It was hotter than hell at that fateful day. The crackling sound of fire around you as you were led into the ritual grounds only made of your feelings and unease worse. The only thing you rely on this moment were your senses, other sight. The blindfold and restraints made it hard to do much. You hear cheering from a crowd, praise to your god for the royal advisor. He loudly rambled to the audience of what you could only assume was your entire kingdom. You had since given up any hope, and your advisor could tell from the way he spoke. He talked to you of you as if you were a savior who would be one with the divine in mere moments, consumed by the light of fire, getting closer and closer to your skin. More religious leaders from your kingdom chanted it, a language you spent your life dedicated to learning, spouting holy words that would end your demise. They said your sacrifice would save them all. Your scream. At first you had assured it was the cheering of the crowd getting more intense, but it was then followed by another. And another. A cry from your advisor stopped the ritual was heard, but as the floor beneath you shook and trembled. You felt someone grab you rather forcefully, dragging you off the platform. Oh, and that's probably when the dragon. That's probably when the Lightkeeper. I'm not sure if Lightkeeper's a dragon or not. It seems draconic at least. That's when the Lightkeeper took us away, right? Killing off every guard and invasion of dark figures from the neighboring kingdom. We're interrupting ritual, killing off every guard in sight. You were ushered off to a falsified sense of safety. Internally, you were grateful for the ambush, even if it would only prolong your life temporarily. But you can never forget the unease you felt when you saw how many people were out in the crowd, all staring right at you with a mixture of unpleasant expressions. Ugh! You stumbled backwards to feel your grip on your mind cease. Like your eyes were still piercing your soul. Oh, my apologies. I let my curiosity get the better of me. This was merely yesterday. To be sacrificed to a god with a sun directly over you, people cheering your demise. How tragic. You had a pained expression on your face, unable to tell if the mere sympathetic tone was to mock you or not. Although I was locked away safe inside after the invasion lasted longer than any I'd ever heard of. I could hear the comment from inside the castle walls. It was because of the invasion that I'm still here today, strangely enough. The Lightkeeper had a plan in mind for you and your kingdom, one that the ritual to sacrifice you would have ruined. I suppose when you say like that way, I should be grateful to her. But what exactly does she have planned for me? What was my fate? Lightkeeper desires many things. Taking your kingdom for her own is on top of that list of desires. I cannot say more on that, I'm afraid. I see. You seem oddly calm for someone in your situation. Why is that? I have no choice. There is no time to rest for grief, no time for betrayal or hope. If I stop for even a moment, something horrible could happen. I need to focus on the task at hand. Something horrible could happen that is far out of your control, as it will again. Ooh, oh wait, we can get the misguided ending right here. Break the mirror. I have no use for you. You have tried my patience. You spoke out, grabbing the hammer, and used it to break the glass of the aquarium. Wait, aquarium? You mean the mirror? Power from the side of the shattered mirror combusted into a ring of smoke that filled up the entire room in a dense fog. A familiar feeling of flooded your mind, like a wave came crashing down on you, encapsulating your entire being. You felt all of your feelings that you have pushed down inside resurface, each painful memory replayed in your mind bit by bit. Is this the only way I can truly protect myself? After dedicating my life to my home kingdom? They would throw me away without a second thought. Why is that? Was it for power, control, or just out of plain stupidity? I've had enough. I can't sit here and let this happen again. They want me, they want to be protected at my expense. They want a false salvation. They want to use me for their heart's desire. Well, they can find someone else. I'll never let that happen again. Not from them, not from anyone. It doesn't matter who gets hurt in the process. It never once did it? I'll make them sorry. Ending Misguided Soul. Okay. Well then. Um. Alright, next one I'm gonna try to get is Strong-Willed. Okay, Strong-Willed, ignore the bugs and also resist the temptation to scratch when first arriving in the insect collection room. Okay. Okay, sounds easy enough. Okay, so you just have to resist the urge to scratch. Try to ignore it. You continue walking through the room, subtly kicking your legs with each step in attempts to shake the feeling off. A cascade of itchiness overcame your ankles once more, so much so it became impossible to ignore much longer. Against your better judgment, you lifted the hem of your dress slightly to see what was causing itching discomfort. Bug bites, nasty ones at that. Fresh small red dots coated your lower legs. You could see them begin to swell before your very eyes. Yet there was not a single living bug to be seen. What in the light's name? How did this happen? It looks infected. I've never seen a bug bite spread so fast like this. So itchy. Resist the temptation. No, I am better than this. I am a lady. It'll only bother me if I indulge. Yeah, see, if you scratch it, it'll just itch later. I just had to press onwards. There are more important things that need to be dealt with first, then I'll take care of the gross inflictions. As disgusting as it was, you had to move forward. You gain a trait, strong-willed. Ooh, okay. Okay, so strong-willed. Ignore that. Then express your discomfort to the talking mirror when given the chance. Alright, gotcha. Alright, now we're back here. So now I remember the uh I mean, I'm pretty sure we kind of have to do it if we're gonna access the mirror, right? Wait. Wait, why does it say I can go down? Oh, wait, could I have always gone down? Could I have always gone that way? Jelly plane actually hear a sound with water. You can tell it wasn't in motion like a stream or a river, although the subtle movement indicated there must be something inside. Reach your hand in, jump in. Why would I jump in? That's so dumb. Okay, I feel like this is okay. If I reach my hand in, I'm probably gonna die, aren't I? You know, reach your hand in. The water is cold, freezing cold like the depths of the ocean. Your hand flinches and retracts the moment it makes contact with the water. Jump in then. You were hesitant at first, but you saw the light of the crystal flowing down within the depths of the tank. You had no choice. Gathering your courage, you plunged into the freezing water. Your body shriveled up in an instinct once it collided with bitterly cold water. That's why you try to keep your mouth closed, despite wanting to gasp in impulse. Your eyes adjusted to the darkness as you looked below you for the light of the crystal. There it is! Huh? Why does it feel like it's getting lighter down there? Down here? Oh! This was a mistake. So that was an anglerfish. Okay. Gotcha. Don't go in there. Um, see, strong-willed, okay, well, let's head back. Like, why the heck would you have a giant-ass anglerfish? Seriously, like, does anyone know why? We got a new choice here now. Who's there? Please don't speak in riddles. It's awfully rude to scare a lady like that. Show yourself. My sincerest apologies, Your Highness. A lady of your caliber deserves more respect than I had given, and for that I beg for your forgiveness. The voice continued whispering, although it had an insincere tone. You pouted with a discontent expression plastered on your face. I am afraid, my princess, that I cannot show myself to you just yet. Could you please come closer to the light? I want to bask in your radiance up close. A chuckle echoed throughout the room. I don't trust this. One's face can tell many tales of a firefly. Yeah, I've read all this before. Okay, we just need to comply. And then ask for the crystal again, right? Okay, so there we go. I didn't want to pick the wrong choice for a second. I have no choice. Express your discomfort situation. Oh, that's what the traits are for. They're to unlock the endings. Express your discomfort in the situation. So, what do you propose I do? Let myself be tossed in between life and death scenarios against my will? I'm afraid I have it not in me to endure such a mess any longer. Then what will you do, my liege? It's not like you to have much of a choice in the matter. You wore a displeased expression, walking closer to the mirror. With one fell swoop, you gripped the crystal at the top of the frame and pried it out. Wait, what are you? You got a crystal. I tried remaining polite, but I simply have no time for this. You huffed, beginning to walk away from the mirror. However, it seemed the mirror had other plans. A loud, echoing scream emitted from the reflective object, piercing your ears. You quickly recovered your ears, turning backwards to see the mirror pulsating and growing in enchanting light. This looked familiar. You recognized that it was acting as an alarm. Once recognition clicked, you wasted no time darting towards the nearest door. Your legs still itched from the bug bites. Your feet were tired. You were unbearably cold, and you had never felt so close to death as you have been within the last 24 hours. Yet you kept running, as if yet you kept running, as if you ran as fast as you could. You could hear footsteps trembling in the floor above, the distinct sounds of yelling and someone barking orders filled with the lighthouse. It was long before you crashed into a shadowy creature. You recognized them as dark folk, and they recognized you as their target. Dodging your sharp spear, only barely missing your hair by an inch, you saw the spear they used to get stuck in the cracks in the wall beside you. With one hurried motion, you levered the spear out of the wall and held it up, and you levered the spear and held it up to your throat. Lightkeeper, stop! A voice commanded through the room, causing a dark folk person to freeze in their tracks. Don't move a step closer! I am resigned to my fate. I'd rather die by my own hands. Now do it, I swear! You called out, having absolutely no intention of ending your own life here. Truthfully, that's the last thing you will want to do in this moment, but it was the first thing in your mind came up with to avoid being apprehended. The source of the commanding voice showed herself to you, her expression hidden behind a bejeweled mask. Still, you didn't break eye contact, choosing to stare right at her as you held the weapon to your neck. Princess, put the spear down. She broke with a sense of authority that almost shook your resolve. But it wasn't enough. You need me alive, do you not? If you didn't, you wouldn't have gone through all this trouble. The opposing figure took a step backwards. She looked at you with an air of uncertainty, like no one had ever said such things to her. Silence. A sudden realization ran through your mind. You were in control. You could make any demand and they would have to hear you out. Now that you knew they needed you alive, you just had to make sure they believed you would be willing to throw your life away should they try to force you into something unpleasant. Of course, this plan wasn't foolproof. No plan is. However, once you had managed to convince them to remove the chains on your neck, you felt better at your chance of survival. One request after another, and it became apparent they would do anything to appease you. You had a chance to take your life back into your own hands. Your decisions, your actions, thanks to your strength, you could finally reclaim it all by yourself. Ending Strength of Will. Ooh. I think I kind of like that ending, honestly. Alright. Okay, let's see. Next is Lorekeeper. Read all the books contained in the drawers in the room with the floor hatch and closet. Keep interacting with it until you get a hint for a 4-digit passcode. Open. All right, I will try that. That is something I will try. All right. We need a Lorekeeper ending. So inside you find something most unusual for items and drawers. Read the page. Chapter X: The Royal Family. The Lux lineage follows from a direct line of the divine, the almighty light which guides us all. It's said that the light blessed the king with their own power once long ago, and that powerful energy has passed down throughout the generations since then. These blessed individuals aim to rule over all the Lumien with kindness and compassion, being most well renowned for their uncanny healing abilities and other proficiencies in magic. Each ruler has brought a new form of prosperity among the kingdom. As their family tree grows, so will the light surrounding the world. You look through the pages, all of which seem to be a description of past rulers with their image next to them. Whoever wrote this book seemed to view family in high regards. The amount of praise was so overwhelming, it felt like you were reading a performance piece from a bard rather than a historical record. Any criticisms addressed in regards to the royal family were quickly denounced by this author with much vigor. Going through the pages, you stopped once you spotted something familiar. Yourself! You knew this book must have been new based on the fresh smell of the paper. However, you never expected it to be new enough to include your likeness. Strangely enough, the corner of the page was dog-eared in the book. Perhaps your captor needed a visual reference of you for your kidnapping. Oh! Princess Elizabeth Lux, the merciful mother of light. Elizabeth, Princess Elizabeth knows kindness to all the kingdom, rich or poor, young or old. Our princess has sworn to take care of everyone who steps foot onto Lumien, no matter the cost. She had spent much of her life thus far dedicated to studying ancient texts regarding the divine, and is truly the most in tune with our beloved light. The power she possesses is holier than any record in a ruler thus far. No matter the cost. You close the book. Once closed, you notice something particular on the back of the cover. There you can read 24, the number 24 in small letters. 2-4. Okay. Okay, wait, so 2-4. I need to remember that. Look at another book. One of your favorite books, the Divine was the Lightkeeper's possession. A familiar sight comforted you as you opened the book. Wait, these footnotes, this is my handwriting. Did they take my book when they kidnapped me? You skimmed over the text. The divine has intervened in mortal life only once, blessing the king of old, who passed down this blessing throughout his family tree. The king always referred to this gift as the Enlightenment. Not only has it been recorded that those with the Enlightenment possess the ability to create blinding amounts of bright light, but it appears that it affects each member of the royal family differently. A text taken from the king of old states that the light guides our path and makes us able to see that which is best for our people. We all have the capability to see so little without light. Our eyes are not well adjusted to darkness. The Enlightenment provides me and my kin the ability to see possibilities which others cannot, guiding them to the unfamiliar and providing safety. This is one of the most famous explanations for enlightenment, with many philosophers and scholars having varying interpretations of any and all implications. The most popular theory to add is that the statement is that the Enlightenment was a gift from the divine in order to protect the kingdom of Lumien from the evil darkness of the shadows and other dark folk. Your eyes darted at your handwriting scribbled underneath. Light is nothing without shadow. These two things work together in harmony to create a picture. The absence of one impairs visibility for all. You sighed, closing the book once more. As much as you adored the depths of the author put into covering all the bases, you couldn't help but feel frustrated whenever someone used the Enlightenment's existence as proof that those who rule in darkness are evil incarnate. Your whole life has been dedicated to understanding the divine enlightenment, and you would continue to dedicate yourself until your dying breath. You need a trait, Lorekeeper. As you're frustrated, you saw something etched into the back of the book. 2403. Gotcha. Written in a handwriting that looks so different from your very own. For a moment, you thought back to the note in the book closet. Could it be? Okay, there's a box here. It looks like it has a code thing. I noticed it before. Wait, no, she said the bug closet. Hmm. Oh, I'd be the most rare collector's item. Wait, that's different. The preserved corpse of a princess. Yes, there would probably be some people paying millions of dollars for such a thing. Odd people indeed, but at least that means I have value, I suppose. Wait, there are eyes here. Okay. Oh, wait, maybe we have to choose I need to think about it, and then I need to think about it. I I don't care that's not where the voice is coming from. There's a box here that looks like it needs a code. 2403, I still remember it. Alright, I guess we'll indulge you. Uh, it won't let me interact with the box whatsoever. Okay. Alright, well, we haven't actually asked for the thing yet, so maybe that's what we need to do now? Ask for the crystal again. Well, I simply need to take things one step at a time, ensuring the safety would be priority as of now. Would you be so kind as to let me use the crystal now? You reach your hand up near the top of the mirror, waiting for a response. Hmm. Yes, I suppose you've proven yourself worthy. Very well, you may take it. You smile gently, prying the beautiful gem from the framed mirror. You got a crystal. Oh, the box is small, sat on the shelf. Now I can interact with the box. I still remember and keep important keepsakes safe. Just what I could use it like that she put the box like this. Put in a number combination. 2403. The combination seems to be correct. Yes, let's go. The box opened. Inside was a small hand mirror that you instantly took out. There's clearly something magical about it, but you weren't well versed enough in this type of enchantment to tell what it was. Excuse me, may I ask you about something I found? I am at your disposal, little firefly. What is on your mind? You held a small object for the mirror to observe. This mirror, can you tell me some sort? I can tell it has some sort of magic infused inside of it, but I can't decipher what exactly that magic is. Both mirrors started to glow subtly in a pulsing motion as the hand mirror levitated out of your hands and floated in front of your face. Ah, yes, this mirror. I'm aware of it. This is a memory mirror, just like myself. However, this one was only made to store one memory in particular. Huh? What memory is stored on that? Whose memory is it? Could you show me, please? A few moments of silence fell across the room, and you heard that oh so familiar mischievous chuckle right in your ear once more. As you wish, your highness. A familiar feeling flooded your mind, like a wave came crashing down on you, encapsulating your entire being. The mirror showed you the scene. You saw a castle shrouded in light, elegant decor, then a draconic child being held within the depths of it below. A smaller rat voice rang in your ears. Your thoughts became clouded and drowned out. These must be the thoughts of the person's memory. Young Darcy? Darcy? These stupid chains. Gah! I wish I could burn this place to the ground. You heard the sounds of metal clanging together. The young one appeared to be gnawing away at restraints in a frustrated attempt to break free. After proving unsuccessful, she slumped down on the floor with a loud groan. Let me out of here! The tiny dragon banged on the side of the wall with her fists, immediately recoiling and shouting with pain. Ow! Grr! Stupid wall, stupid castle, stupid kingdom! I hate it here. I want to go back to my cave. It was nice and dark there, surrounded by my treasure. Wait. The dragon child's wings flared up, flapping in a panicked and agitated manner. My treasure! Dang it, they confiscated it all when they took me, those bastards! A familiar voice interrupted her thoughts. Your treasure? You saw her rapidly turn her head and glare in the direction of the new voice, flapping her wings in an intimidating way. Or, well, as intimidating as someone of her size could be. What do you want? Leave me alone! You already took everything from me. Looking over who she was talking to, you saw yourself. Or rather, you from a long time ago. You were clutching a gold ring in your hand, embellished with a green jewel of sorts. You watched your younger self walk over to the prisoner, shutting the door behind you with a click. Is this part of your treasure? My ring. Why does she have my ring? That's mine. Give it back, you little vermin. Gah. Small Dragon lunged to grab the ring from the princess's hand, but the chains restrained her from doing so. Your younger self nervously looked up at her, placing the ring down on the floor and sliding it over to her. Huh? She's giving it back to me? She cautiously reached out, grabbing the ring and holding it close to her chest protectively. Why are you helping me? The guards said you stole this, but I don't believe them. You look no older than I am. My name is Elizabeth. Elizabeth. I'm not really supposed to be here, but it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Darcy. A smile formed on your past self's lips. Darcy, that's a lovely name. Thanks. She's actually rather nice. So, can you get me out of here? I'm afraid I cannot. Those chains are infused with my father's magic. It would take skilled magic user to undo such a thing. Darcy groaned again. I'm gonna die alone down here. Don't say that. You didn't do anything to deserve being put down here, I swear. I'll try to convince my father to let you go. You sat down in front of the mirror, displaying this scene before you. You thought it would have ended at that one memory, but you were surprised to see more and more play after one after the other. You smiled fondly, remembering your old friend. Every now and then, her internal thoughts would surround your mind, making you chuckle. You remembered Darcy. How could you ever forget her? Your father had ordered for her capture after finding her alone in a cave. Something about that never sat right with you. In Lumien, dragonfolk are often regarded as chaotic, dangerous beings, but it wasn't out of the ordinary for the soldiers to capture one in sight. However, even as a child, you didn't believe that to be true. Not one bit. You never had much company around your age when you heard of the dragon girl they captured. Part of you didn't even care if she was guilty of a crime or not. You just wanted to meet her. You lost track of time as you recounted your past with Darcy. Ellie, what are you doing? Cut that out, damn it. You're going to get in trouble. You observed your younger self holding a book of spells taken directly from the King of Lumien, chanting words faintly. You didn't stop for anything, even when Darcy was protesting. The chains holding your friend dissolved into specks and sparkles of bright light until the chains became no more. She looked down where her restraints used to be with baffled expression. You really did it. She saved me? But she stole from her father to do so. Who knows what he'll do? Hurry, you have to get out of here before they find you. Wait. Come with me. I can protect you, I swear it. I can't. I have people here who rely on me. One day I'll rule over Lumia myself, and I'll make it a safe place for you and your people, that I promise you. Ellie, no! Your younger self held something in her hands, placing it into Darcy's with care. You recognized the small bows. They were the same ones that you were currently wearing in your hair. Please, just don't forget me. Wait! The Lightkeeper is Darcy! You frowned once you heard a familiar noise, your father calling out your name from the floor above. You must go, quickly! I'll come back for you. I promise, Ellie, I won't stop until I become powerful enough to find you again. So much for running. Ellie, your smile is bright into the darkest corners of this world with sunlight. You're my salvation in that prison. When I look into your eyes, I don't feel like the scared child I was, but the woman I must become to keep you by my side. I want to let these selfish desires overtake both of our spirits. I'd lay the world to fire and ashes to keep you smiling. I promise I'll come back for you. You stood up from your spot, watching the floor gently, stroking the image of Darcy in the mirror before it faded completely, leaving you alone to look at your reflection. Ellie? Turning around, you recognize your old friend, only older and more powerful. The Lightkeeper. You had your suspicions that it could be Darcy before, but now you are most certain than anything. You weren't sure how long she had been standing there watching you, but judging by her expression, she appeared like she had been wanting to say something for a long time. You smiled. You came back for me. I promised I would. Ending, Lorekeeper. Oh, that's so cool. I really like that. That was really cool. Alright, so now we have one more ending, the true ending. Simply gather all three crystals without activating the other endings or game overs. It should default to this ending. Okay, so, sounds easy enough. Hey, we got all three crystals. I got all three crystals, so now let's just leave, I suppose. Oh, for 5. Before you stands a stone tablet with 3 notches. Do you want to put my crystals here? Yes. The crystals glowed, reflecting the iridescent light all throughout the dimly lit room. You watched in awe as sparks of magical energy came from out of the crystals, connecting each other through beams of light. You noticed it was making a faint whirring sound that progressively got more powerful. You felt calm, serene, until you felt something grab into your wrist. You stared up at the towering dragon, clutching tightly onto the whirring of the crystals. The whirring crystals grew louder and louder. You fool! What do you think you're doing? She yelled over the sound of the crystals, yanking your arm and pulled you backwards away from the mechanism. You stumbled onto the ground. You're trying to go back? Do you have a death wish? Fine, if you won't stay here then, I'll just have to make you stay. Wait! You crashed into the floor with a thud. Lorekeeper's grip on your arm only got tighter each passing moment. You snatched the cold mask from the Lightkeeper's face, disorienting her enough to weave your way out of underneath her. She looked completely bewildered and a tad flustered, nothing like a fearsome woman you had seen minutes prior. Darcy, listen to me. Oh, she looks so cool! Dude, I didn't know she had a third eye. You remember me? Darcy called out over the sound of the magical mechanisms getting louder and louder. You turned around, frantically pushing the crystals down into the sockets with more force. Around, all around you, green beams of light twisted and contorted, forming geometric patterns that shielded the surrounding lighthouse. Once the shield went up, the whirring calmed down, and everything came to a standstill. You relaxed with a deep breath escaping your lips. You turned the security on? I thought surely you were trying to escape, weren't you? She took the few steps closer to you, speaking in a noticeably softer voice. Why in the Divine's name would I do that? Well, I did kidnap you. I certainly didn't expect you to remember me either. Oh, Darcy, how could I forget the dragon who made my youth less lonely? You let out a light-hearted laugh. Truth be told, you felt like you were able to properly breathe for the first time since being captured here. There had always been tales of dragon folk and princesses being at odds with each other, but for Darcy and yourself, the opposite was true. All those days sneaking off to meet you, I can never forget it, not in a million years. After you left, I never thought I'd see you properly again, especially with our divulging reputations. How could I just leave you there after hearing what those despicable people plan to do to you? Just thinking about it makes my blood boil. Well, thankfully the magic here should protect us from outsiders for the time being. I'm sorry for chaining you up, Ellie. This lighthouse isn't exactly the safest place to be. I promise, my princess, I'll make it up to you. Nothing will ever hurt you again. You felt familiar cold hand caress your cheek gently, Any semblance of anger of Darcy was replaced by something much softer, something much more loving. You had been with Darcy for a couple months now. The lighthouse was keeping you both safe inside, although you had been making plans to attempt to go further out past the sea. Are you almost ready, my princess? Darcy called out to you, standing off to the side a bit awkwardly with her wings covering her face. You finished putting on your dress, adjusting your hair accessories ever so slightly. I think so, just one more thing, and okay, you can look now. The dragon turned around, her wings falling back behind her as she smiled at you. Aww! My darling, you look just as beautiful as I always remembered you. I'm glad we were able to steal that dress back for you. You felt Darcy gently pull your face closer to hers, pressing her lips against yours. The feeling always gave you a spark, but like an electric current shocked your entire body the second your lips connected, only to melt away into the happiest of feelings imaginable. You smiled as you pulled away from Darcy. Truthfully, you're much too kind. I give you my thanks for retrieving so many of my things. You looked down at with a sadder smile, thinking back on everything you had to leave behind at home. All the people you loved, all the possessions you cherished. It is really no problem, I assure you. One day I'll take Lumien back from its horrid rulers, and we'll become the new ones in their stead. No more terrifying lighthouse, no more darkness, no more pain or suffering, for you or for anyone undeserving. Anything and everything you could ever want will be at your fingertips. You look back up at the Lightkeeper, who was holding you as if you were the most precious thing in the world. I think I already have everything I could ever want here with you. Aw, true ending. Hey, there we go. That feels great. I got all the bunnies. I was reading something. I got all the endings in a good order. At least ones that feel easier for me. Anyways, I'm actually very happy with this. This game is actually really good. I really like this. It was really nice, and honestly, I wish I could play more games like this. So, anyways, I'm gonna leave this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like, comment what you think, share this video with your friends, and be sure to subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss a single notification. I'll see all of you in the next video. Goodbye.
You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason.